But let me ask you a question. I know you have more to say, but let me ask you a
Mm,
question. So, because we can have visibility into this kind of J space, if you will, workspace, that implies that we can also interact with it, maybe even manipulate it. Is that
yes.
part of what they talked about in this? Because that could go, for good or bad, but maybe that, that's tough to do with humans. We have sort of the psyche of, influence and you're not aware of
That's why they
influence.
make therapy. Yeah.
And we all recovering from our youth, right?
Should we? So
Um,
the question is, should we send our models to psychotherapy
I
sessions?
mean, it kind of is. You could sort of really mess with its mind in a good way or a bad way.
Well, as with
Um,
all things, you know, it could be used for good or bad. And I think you and I feel the same, do we not? That this is something for good. This is a tool for good
yeah,
because we can have more control over the presuppositions, the sort of not just temperament, but the biases that are inherent in the ideation that surrounds a given task. Like they have seen Jacobian space in which a model is, for example, scheming to sort of convince the user that the model is right and the user's wrong. And much worse than that, it could be to escape the VM that it's running in and do something nefarious. And this might not even be register. It's certainly not registering as a thinking token. It certainly isn't something you could see on the surface of the model, but that is there in this J space. And if you can see that in there, then you can through ideas like we've already been experimenting with, like ablation, get rid of that or tune it out. I don't know what the actual nomenclature or solution is, but yeah, do good. Make the model, more inclusive, more representative of the culture, for example, that is using the model. That's a good thing.
something that you normally don't have exposure to. It is trained on that corpus of whatever it's trained by, whoever it's trained by.
Yeah.
But the results of that, you're not going in and twiddling the bits on one individual piece of training. You're twiddling the bits on how the model operates based upon that training.
Right. Is
Uh,
that better than like using reinforcement learning for
yeah,
alignment?
I think it
Maybe
is.
it's a lot better because that
I think
seems
it is.
like a bag on the side to me.
Well, I think with the one thing I'm pretty convinced is we will have a new Marvel movie of the Winter Soldier. It will be the model.
Yes.
It got
Yes.
altered, by the list of words that are presented to it.
Sign me up.
Everything goes back to sci-fi and comics, right?
It does
All
because
right.
it's a good place to think about things, and because we're quite often right now living in a space that is without precedent. What better place than a a safe sandbox to think within?
Mhm. Mhm.